Welcome into another edition of Meet the Bird Gang. I'm your host today, Jacob Kronberg. We're keeping the stretch of 2019 Orleans Firebirds with a guy whose college has one of the best nicknames in all of sports. It's also one of the top pitchers in the nation. It's a left-handed pitcher from Long Beach State Dirtbags Baseball, Adam Seminaris. Adam, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Glad to be here.
So let's go back to your sophomore season, right before the spring before you head up to Cape Cod. You had a heavy workload. You worked 94 innings that year, and often guys who throw that many innings, that many pitches in spring ball don't play in the summer or play a full summer. What went into your decision to spend the full time on Orleans?
Just the experience that I would gain from being out there. I haven't really played that much competition coming off of the Big West and going out there and playing against the best players in the nation all in one spot. It was a great opportunity for me.
Was that a tough adjustment? How did you go about playing in the Cape?
I would say there was adjustments that needed to be made, but for the most part, I just kept rolling with what I was gaining, going through season, and just kept going.
What do you think the biggest thing you gained while playing for the Firebirds was?
Confidence, for sure, and I learned two new pitches out there in the last month of the season. But for sure, it was confidence, knowing that I can go out there and compete against some of the better hitters in the country.
Was that confidence instilled from within, like once you realized you could have success against those guys, or was it more from your teammates and coaches kind of boosting you up and telling you can do it?
I think it was both. We had a great team out there. We had good relationships among the whole pitching staff, and once everybody started to get to know each other and confidence was gaining as a team, everybody started to gel more, and everybody was telling everybody how good they were and just building everybody up like that. But at the same time, it was going out there and competing and having success, and just knowing that I can be there and I'm supposed to be there.
Everyone bonds. Relationships are a big part of the Cape League. But other than that, what else are the 2020 Firebirds who aren't going to get a season missing out on up there?
I think just the competition level. That it's a different mindset up there. Instead of summer ball, everybody trying to put up stats in other places, that you went out to the Cape and you wanted to win. All those managers out there, Kelly Nicholson was the best, and he wanted to win more than anything. He didn't care how it was done. Like, it blew my mind that we were bunting out there with Quinn, but yeah, it was just a whole different mindset. You were there to win and get better, instead of just going out there and having fun.
There's the competition side of the Cape, but you're also spending the summer on Cape Cod, a real nice vacation spot. What were some things that you and the team would do on off days, after games, before games?
I mean, we had 2 off days, but I believe there was 2 off days, but we would go to the beach. Since it's super spread out there, there wasn't really much time that we had to get together with everybody. But just hanging out and going to the beach. I was with 2 roommates, and we all gelled together pretty good. So I mean, it was strictly baseball out there. It was baseball and business.
Are you still in contact with some of the pitchers or even any of your teammates?
Yeah, I was actually talking to Schuster this morning. I posted a video on Instagram of my last bullpen, and he commented on it, and we've just been talking about it. But every once in a while through social media, I'll just hit up some of the guys.
Any good stories from some of the guys on that pitching staff? I know I've spoken to Cole Wilcox and Jake Eater. Meet the Bird Gang's also going to talk to Schuster and some of the other guys, Nik Garcia. What are those guys like off the diamond?
I was really close with Eater when he got there, because he got there a month late. So just picking his brain. I just went out there, and all those dudes just open arms. Everybody was there to have fun and compete, as far as off the field, I mean, after games and me and Eater would go and get lunch together and stuff like that. But as far as that's concerned, it's not really, we didn't have much time off the field.
So Jake actually mentioned that you two were good buddies up there and still are in contact. And he told us about a pitcher's home run derby that you guys had.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to let you defend yourself first, because when I asked Jake who won, he couldn't remember, but it did say it definitely wasn't Adam.
It was not me. I hit one home run. I had one. But Eater could really swing the bat for sure. He has a lot of pop. I can't remember who won. But Eater was definitely up there. He was putting ball. Have you been to the field?
Yeah.
He's putting balls onto the bandstand.
Wow.
Yeah, as a pitcher, it was crazy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's also 6'5" or something like that. But
well, I know Nik Garcia used to be a hitter too. Jake said he was up there in that derby as well.
Nik Garcia was also there. There was another guy. There's another person that was putting balls out with these two, but I can't remember. That was really long ago.
So you guys obviously are competitive on the mound when you're in game, even in practice. But stuff like this, are your competitive juices still flowing, trash talking going on during that pitcher's home run derby?
Oh, 100%. 100%. It was, I mean, you would be in the box and you would hear 5 different dudes commenting about your swing. But, you know, we're all there to throw baseballs and not hit them, you know.
Who's the biggest trash talker?
I'd say it's all back and forth. Everybody just goes back and forth.
So that's obviously something you'll remember from your time on Cape Cod, but maybe more on the field or anything on the Cape. What was the best memory of your summer up there?
I think that just being on the field every day, that's what I love to do, and that's what I went out there to do. So being on the field and meeting everybody and having a good time, we had a great summer as a team, and just that's the best baseball experience I've ever had.
Good to hear. So I've been to the Cape a dozen times, and it's got great food. So where were you guys eat? What are the spots to eat for Firebirds of the future?
Oh, there was the burger place right off the side of the road that was always packed.
Was it the Knack?
The Knack was awesome. Their burgers were amazing. We went to the little cafe too, right down the street from the field. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know I have an idea. I don't know the name though, but the Knack's a staple for Orleans.
The Knack is a staple. Yes, it was amazing. But I mean, my host mom Joan she was an awesome cook. So it was either I don't like really spending money, so I would just go home and eat all of her food. But
you sound like a college kid.
Oh yeah, anything that's homemade, I'll eat it.
Yeah, Jake was talking a lot about lobsters and steaks that Paige Thompson would make them. Everyone raved about the host family cooking.
Yeah, it was amazing out there. They were awesome. Yeah, it was the Knack and that little cafe deal. I can't remember the name of it. To save my life. Yeah, but the Knack is definitely up there, 100%.
All right, so let's go to your college career. You're at Long Beach State. You're a California guy. And from your freshman year to this junior year that was cut short, your numbers continuously got better and better. What really helped you grow in college from freshman to junior year?
I think just the overall experience and maturity that I gained through all of 3 years. After my freshman year, I went up to Alaska, and I had a really good summer up there. and just building on that. And then sophomore year came. The start of sophomore year wasn't too great, and then we started to figure it out and ended on a high note. And then went out to the Cape and just, like I said, confidence boost and all that stuff. And then this year we got a new coaching staff, and it felt like it was just a brand new wind came in through Blair Field. So I mean, it was just an overall everything: maturity, confidence, getting comfortable, and how I pitch and my pitch style. Yeah, and just the coaches having a lot of trust in me and what I do.
Your new coaching staff at Long Beach State, known as pitchers guys as well as our coaching staff at Orleans, the Firebirds generally have one of the best team ERAs in the Cape. So what specifically do the guys do? You said you learned 2 new pitches. How'd your coach at school feel about you coming back with those?
So when I came back with those, he was new. So it was basically, I could have came at him with like a splitter or something. He probably would have been okay with it. But, he saw my numbers from my sophomore year, and he just had the utmost trust in me to keep doing what I was doing and go out there and compete every day. So, I learned those 2 pitches from Eater after getting to know him and talking to him. So, it was just a great experience.
Your numbers this year before the season was cut short were unbelievable. You had a 1.43 ERA in your 22 innings, 4 appearances, and the stat that I really stood out to me was you didn't allow an extra base hit. How are you feeling? Something had to be clicking this spring, right?
Yeah. It was just me, Valenzuela, and everything just clicking. The offense was doing really good. The defense behind me I could trust. So, I just attacked hitters, and I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Sometimes it's just working.
Yeah, sometimes it's just working.
Let's go to Adam Seminaris off the field a little bit. What do you like to do in your spare time? I know you said on the Cape it was pretty much all business, all baseball. But what do you like to do for fun off the diamond?
I play video games. I'm a big gamer. But hanging out with the guys around here and working out and everything, it's all part of the experience.
So I know with quarantine hitting and this pandemic creating just kind of mayhem for everybody, I'm sure those video game numbers have increased in how much you're playing. But what are a couple of things that you've done more with all this spare time?
I would say that I hang out with my family more and my girlfriend, and but like other than that, I'm still getting ready. I still got to be in shape, so I still have to put in all the time and effort into baseball too, on top of all that. So, my other than being at organized games or practices, it's still a lot of my day consists of baseball.
What brings me to the next topic would be the MLB Draft. It's just about 3 weeks away, June 10th and 11th. With the modified 5 rounds, how is draft prep and training going?
I think it's been going pretty good. I feel strong and I feel healthy. So, that's the best that I can be. Just throw in 5 times a week with a few bullpens here and there, and trying to stay in a good conditioned shape and strong. We have a little weight room set up in one of my teammates' garage, so we make it work and just trying to stay in as best shape as we possibly can.
So you're still on campus?
Yeah, I'm still living in Long Beach right now.
Have you been there since school shut down, or back and forth at home?
Just daily, like once a week or something like that. But for the most part, I'm living out here.
All right, so this draft, you are projected on the MLB list as prospect number 163. So congratulations on that. But with the 5-round draft, that number is kind of in a gray area. But you seem to be a guy who has 2 good situations in front of them. You can go back to a school that you seem like you love, you had a great season, or you have the decision to go pro. What's going through your mind heading into draft day?
I mean, I I obviously want to go play pro ball, but at the same time, I'm looking at it as we had a hell of a year last year, beating all those teams that came into here. Um, and I mean, I could go either way, 100% honest. It's either I go play pro ball or I come back to a school and a coach and a team that's on the rise. And I had the most fun out of any season that I've been here, going from uh, 27 and 30 my freshman year to 14 and 41 to in 1 year beating some of the top ranked teams in the nation. Um, but I mean, either way is good with me.
Where do you stand on the new undrafted free agent signing rules with the 5-round draft? Those come into play a little bit more. Is that something you're thinking about, or?
No, I don't. I mean, I'm going to keep my options open for sure if June 11th doesn't come around to play in my favor. But as far as like where I'm at in my head, I'm thinking of if I don't go in those top 5 rounds, I'm thinking that I'm going to be back at school.
All right, and the draft process is something, baseball's unique. Some people go through it multiple times, some people don't. And there's so many rounds, so many guys who play. Is the draft process something you take to your hands individually, or you talking to other guys in a similar situation to you?
I mean, it's definitely a circle of support. I mean, everybody has a different experience, but I try and keep it as transparent as possible with my family and my girlfriend, and just talking to my head coaches and everybody, trying to get as much information on this process as possible, because this is actually my first time going through it. So yeah, it's definitely nerve-wracking for sure.
All right, so we'll step away from the nerves a little bit. I like to play a little game, kind of more rapid fire style on here. It's called The Cycle. 4 questions: single, double, triple, a home run. I know you said your swing's not the best, but I think you'll be fine at this.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so the single question is, if you could only listen to one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Country, 100%.
All right, that's a good choice. What artists are you listening to right now?
I listen to everything across the board country. If you got rap country, I'm there. My overall favorite country artist, I like Luke Combs. Luke Combs is my favorite.
Wow, we would get along. That's awesome. He's great. Nothing like bumping him on a long car ride or anything like that.
It's the best.
All right, so second question was going to be more like what you're doing in your spare time during quarantine. We got to that. So how about, what are your 2 favorite video games? You said you're a big gamer.
I play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and MLB The Show.
Are you a Road to the Show guy? Play now, Diamond Dynasty?
Diamond Dynasty.
How's the squad?
I mean, we're at 91 overall, so we're not bad. But the only thing that hurts me is when I get up to the 700 level, 700, 800 level. I can't. The Hall of Fame and the Legend difficulties are just, it sucks. It's so hard. I can't get past that to save my life.
Do you game with some of the guys from school, or is it more friends from back home?
It's mostly all the dudes from school. Yeah, me and my roommates, we have 3 PS4 setups in the house. So yeah, it's just, and basically the whole team games out here. So that's one way that we all stay together too.
Who's the best?
At the show, I would say it's Tanner Carlson. I mean, I like to say I'm the best at all of these, but the show is Tanner Carlson, our sophomore third baseman, and Call of Duty is probably Chris Jimenez, one of our catchers. But I can compete. I compete.
All right. So you mentioned you like to eat anything that's cheap. You're not a big money spender, so I'm assuming in college you hit up your fast food chains once in a while.
Yeah, it's a
What
good
are
assumption.
the what are your three top fast food chains, and what's your go-to order at them?
Okay, so In-N-Out is number one. We just get two double doubles with no lettuce, grilled onions. Either, and if we're feeling extra hungry that day, we go with some animal style fries. Um, and then you got to get their pink lemonade. Number two is Chick-fil-A. That's on the more expensive side if I'm feeling like a big baller that day. But it's the same thing. Two sandwiches, two Chick-fil-A sandwiches, and a fry. And if we're feeling good that day, an 8-piece chicken nuggets, and another lemonade on the side. Not a big soda guy. And I would say currently the most visited fast food chain is Del Taco, and that's we go for the cheap stuff there. We get the chicken ranch rollers, about 4 of them, and water back at the house.
That's your takeout delivery type of food. You live with a couple of your teammates. Who's the best cook in the house?
Oh, I would say me. Uh, yeah, in the house it's probably me, but I don't put a lot of effort into it.
What's the
So
go-to meal? You need dinner real quick on a school night. What are you making?
pasta, pasta with some pre-made red sauce. Maybe,
Sounds good to me.
yeah, maybe some sausages that we got in the freezer or something like that, some meat along the side of it. But yeah, when we get back late from practices or something like that, it's a tough time staying awake right there. So we got to get stuff in as fast and as easy as possible.
All right, and the home run question: who is the toughest hitter you have ever faced, summer ball or spring ball?
I have two. I have Andrew Vaughn from Cal, who went 3rd overall last year. Yeah, we went out there sophomore year to play them, and him and Corey Lee were hitting 3 and 4. And through my 5 innings, I think they both had 5 hits or something like that, and a total of 2-3 home runs or something like that. But Andrew Vaughn, I couldn't get him out. He was he either hit the ball really hard or he walked off me. And the other one is Nik Gonzales, who played for Katuitt.
Yeah, he was the MVP last summer.
Yeah, Katuitt, right? Yeah, he was unbelievable. His hands just flew through the zone, and he's 5. He's not that he's not a big presence walking up to the box, but when he makes contact, you know who's hitting.
Could you walk us through an at bat with one of those guys? How you approach a Nik Gonzales last summer?
So my first AB, I got ahead of him on. Pretty sure I got ahead of him on a 1-1 changeup, and then I went on a 1-2. I went inside with a 4-seam fastball, and I punched him out looking. And then his next AB, he came up. I went in on him, and it was either a 1-0 or an 0-1 count, trying to go back to that same spot, and he put it left center, one hop in the wall for a double. So he definitely changed his game plan against me going up there for a second AB. So I mean, that's making adjustments is the name of baseball, and that he showed me that he can make the adjustments on the fly.
So clearly you've got a good memory if you can remember the counts and at bats of some of those guys.
Yeah.
So baseball as a whole, from Little League to college, what's your best baseball memory or moment that you've been a part of?
Um, I would say just opening night at Blair this year when we were playing Cal. We walked them off in 13. Um, I'd say that's one of my most favorite memories.
All right, so let's end it back on the Cape. The 2020 team not going to play for the Firebirds, but for 2021 and beyond, what's one message you would stress to those guys going to play on Cape Cod?
The one thing that I was always taught about summer ball was you want to go out there and you just want to learn. You want to learn as much as you can from all those guys that have different coaching, different philosophies. Maybe something will click. Every summer that I've been a part of, I'm asking hitters, asking pitchers, asking coaches. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Just you wanna just be a student of the game. You don't go out there thinking that you're the best, because one of those dudes out there is probably better than you. But just ask questions, pick people's brains, anybody's, pick the opposing. Funny story, I went up to Nik Gonzales the next time we played him. I said, were you looking at a fastball in? And he said, yeah. So we sat there and talked for probably 5 minutes and just picked his brain about what I want to know what the best hitter in one of the best hitters in the country is thinking at the plate. Just asking questions and being a student of the game, I would say is one of the most important things about playing, especially around that talent.
Thank you so much, Adam. That's all the time we have on Meet the Bird Gang today. I'm Jacob Kronberg for our very special guest, left-handed pitcher Adam Seminaris. Thanks for watching.